Welcome back to The Race. I'm Chris Stewart. This week we're talking about the opioid crisis, and that's why we're here in Dayton, Ohio. This is a community this crisis has impacted in a big way. Now, nationally, there's been progress in helping those who have been affected, and Alicia Nieves found that it really all depends on the person.
The world of opioid addiction, the path it takes people on, and the destruction it causes is all too familiar for some.
When I was 19, that's when I was first introduced to opiates.
Andrew Rogers is one of an estimated 1.7 million people in the U.S. addicted to opioids.
It went from pain pills, which were easily available now, to heroin.
Andrew had a full scholarship to college. He was planning on being a doctor before he got hooked on heroin.
It has made me do things that I never thought I'd do.
Have you ever come close to overdosing?
I've overdosed twice. Yeah. I've had friends that have died from it. And, I've actually had to hold one of my friends while he was passing away.
Andrew has tried to quit.
And then we'll do some drug refusal skill training.
In total, he's been to rehab and detox 18 times.
Sound good? Okay.
Recently, he checked himself into treatment again at the Treehouse, one of Addiction Campus's recovery centers.
We take the approach of treating the whole person, teaching them how to think more rationally, teaching them how to handle distress and emotion regulation, teaching them how to have fun again and to enjoy life again and become part of a community.
And that's how people die from overdoses. You just stop breathing.
Dr. Ted Bender is the CEO of Treehouse. For nearly a decade, Bender has been trying to help so many people like Andrew.
We're losing about a football stadium full of people every single year to this epidemic. What would make an immediate impact? Significant federal funding.
Recovery in itself isn't the hard part. The hard part is getting the help that you need.
What is it now that motivates you this time around to stay clean?
I would say my daughter and my family more than anything.
For The Race, I'm Alicia Nieves.
Now, experts say when it comes to treatment and recovery, there really isn't one right answer. But we found a group here in Dayton that believes some of the best help can come from those that have been through the fight already.
I was there. I was desperate.
I lost a nephew and a sister to this epidemic.
And I ended up DOA for 23 minutes.
The Dayton Fellowship Club is a house of hope.
We deal with substance abuse disorders. The only thing you need to have to walk through that door is a desire to stop using. Everyone is welcome.
How has this drug epidemic impacted Dayton?
In the last 4 to 5 years, it's really gotten worse.
And I think a lot of it does have to do with the doctor's prescribing. I know for me, and it's something I've just not realized, is that that's what kind of kicked off a lot of things for me.
It can be attributed to lack of jobs. It can be attributed to poverty. There are a lot of things that contribute to that.
It's taken over our community. I've seen it. I was born and raised in this area here, and I've seen the devastation that it's done. The kids and the housing and the deaths. The plight of this neighborhood is just destroying our home.
I've been in recovery myself for 21 years.
How big of a challenge are we facing as a country, knowing that you've been through that fight yourself?
It's gigantic.
The people coming through this door now are getting younger and younger, but they're still coming. They're still looking for help. So that means there's still hope in this community.
How hopeful are you that we're going to be able to get a grip on this?
I'm very hopeful. I'm very enthused about it. Our motto is "Hope is found here."
We can also be the leader in recovery and show them that we do recover.
Now people are starting to recognize it. It's sad that it took all of the deaths, and it took us becoming #1 in the state of Ohio for opioid overdoses for people to recognize that the need for help is here.
Much more to come when The Race continues next.